So people always use the word warm-up. What is a warm-up? Warm-up is not really, in essence, what it means. Obviously, you're trying to get the joints mobile, things like that. What we're trying to do is get activation, right? First exercise we're going to be doing with him is an Olympic movement. Traditionally, a deadlift, we call it a clean pull, where we're worrying about explosive movements affecting the neurological system. So with that, if you're not warm up or activated, then the purpose of this exercise is going to be irrelevant. So you have an athlete that comes in, they do their first set, they're not moving the weight they should be. It's because they're not warmed up or it's because they're not activated. So all the things Eric's doing, the knees over toes, the backward sled drags, those are all things to be activated, not just warm up.
You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
Yeah, you gon' need 100 men, 100 scopes, 100 cans just for you to watch what I'm doing under the sun again. God-given gift.
Three things in muscle movement, right? Isometric contraction, concentric contraction, and eccentric contraction, right? So when we look at this, greatest force potential is isometric. So when we're doing these isometric movements for no longer than 2 to 3 seconds, is trying to create as much force productivity as we possibly can. And then we're going to go through an eccentric motion because anytime the muscle is elongating is the eccentric motion. So our goal is time under tension when we do the eccentric in the first phase. So there's different phases you can go through a simple exercise, right? Obviously, to have as much activation as possible going through time under tension. And then what we're going to do next is worry about more of the explosive movement, the sport he plays, and power.
Who you know putting fear in them like this? You a vampire, still suck when you bite this. Lord forgive me for my sins, I'm feeling righteous. But they've been next to me to show me I might just. They didn't think I could do it, I had to demonstrate how the flow is so heavenly, keeping demons straight. Who they fooling? I showed them the jig is up again. When I asked them who is the best, they get this to stuttering. Tell them
I'ma keep winning.
So different phasing of athletes, obviously you hear different things like hypertrophy, max strength, power endurance, right? But in every single phase, there's aspects of certain things. So we look at Eric, who is a guy who got to naturally keep weight on. Well, why are you sitting there in sets of 10, sets of eights? It's because you've got to still worry about hypertrophy of the muscle fiber, the mass, right? And then why are you working your way down to 4s and 6s in that same nature? Because I need strength, I need activation. What we're not seeing too much of in this early phase with him, because we're still in the middle to early phase of the max strength, is the power, right? In the next couple of weeks, you'll see him go through a lot of more explosive things, which is way more power emphasis. But if you can't get to C, if you don't do B and you don't do A, if you ask Eric, whenever he came in early, we were doing mass densification and hypertrophy, volume. He felt like his legs were going to explode, right? And now you take this muscle that was massive and you make it stronger because you have more muscle fibers laying down parallel. That's what our goal is. And then we take that muscle fiber that is now super strong and we're going to make it as powerful as possible. So when he's hitting those 400 dingers over center field, right, then it's going to be awesome.
You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you only gon' play yourself.
I came this far, nothing can't stop me now. They knock me down, but they can't count me out. I can't lose, I won't lose. I can't lose, I won't lose. You may wanna save yourself. I think it's best you run away. I won't let you finish. When you came for me, you played yourself. You scream for help. It's a shame that nobody will hit me. No pain, no gain. Watch who you bang with. Make it to the top with the same ones I came with. I shoot my shot. You better know that I'ma never miss. When they coming for me, yeah, I'm gonna tell them this.
I'ma keep winning.
So just wrapping up with Eric Haase today. Had about an hour, 45-minute session with him. Started off with a lot of our mobility, injury prevention, preventive things, followed by some of our activation to get ready for our neurological lift, which would be the Olympic movements. From there, went down to the dumbbell area, working on our rear foot elevated squats. We're a lot of isolateral movements today, being Monday. We'll get more to our bilateral movements on the second heavy day, which will be Friday this week. Follow that up with some different intervention exercises, upper body, and then killing the posterior chain afterwards. So a lot of hamstring, back exercises. Didn't touch any of the cardiovascular aspect, as we'll get more of that into the new year.